Hello humans, I'm the AlienDoctor, but you can call me Alien, and welcome back to another video inside of the latest Minecraft Bedrock Edition beta. Today we're going to be taking a look at beta 1.17.0.56. We're going to be talking about bug fixes, features, and all of that jazz. Now, did you notice then that my FPS, and it's dropped down again, keeps dropping? Because I certainly have noticed that, and also these chunks. Okay, never mind, those chunks are loading. Yeah, that is something I've noticed keeps happening. Basically, my FPS just keeps dropping. Now, that's kind of to be expected because it is a beta, so I just want to apologize if the FPS gets a little bit lower at points in this video. That is purely because this is a beta, because trust me, I can guarantee you it is not my PC that is, causing this lag, and it is almost definitely going to be because of the fact that this is a beta and is unreleased. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into all of the latest bugs and features and all of that sort of thing in this latest beta. So I'm actually going to have to turn down my, wow, well, this Android emulator is a bit weird sometimes. I'm going to have to turn down my render distance because this is actually getting really, really bad now. So I guess we'll also be playing on a lower render distance than normal. So the first thing I actually want to talk about in today's video, and we're kind of breaking the order that I wrote out on those signs for these videos, but whatever, is the weird texture bugs. As you can see here, the lightning rod and literally every block for me has this really weird bug. And I don't know why it has this weird bug, but it does. It's a texture bug. Basically, what's happened is, and you know what? Let's show you on the dime block, just because it's a fairly easy thing to show you, is that the edges have basically moved. They're on the wrong edge. So this line of pixels and this line of pixels should actually be over here where this line of pixels and this line of pixels is. Basically what's happened is that the textures have all shifted one line in this direction, which means that the ones on the edge should actually be the ones on this opposite edge, if that makes sense. Now you could probably fix this in a resource pack, and yes, this bug does also affect resource packs as well. It also affects items in the inventory. These are all slightly misaligned into they're basically slightly misaligned inside of the inventory, which is why they look slightly off, but you can't really tell. You can kind of tell more with things like wheat and these beetroot seeds, and the beetroot itself. Yeah, everything in the inventory is also slightly misaligned. However, the reason I am basically talking to you about this bug, and there used to be some sand here, okay. The reason I am mentioning this bug at the start is because it has affected me for many of these videos now, and well, it was annoying me. So conveniently, actually, last episode, somebody commented, and I'll put the comment with the name on screen and credit and whatever. Basically, someone commented that they were not having this issue, and they were also playing on the beta. And I'm going to find out exactly what device and version they were playing on in a second. Let me just find the comment. So, basically they said, the textures on my Android device are fine. I think you have an emulator-specific problem. And the person that said this, their YouTube name is Small, I guess, Bug. And I replied with strange. May I ask what Android version you are using? And also whether you were playing in the beta or full release. And they replied saying, I'm using a Samsung Galaxy A52 with Android 11 and playing in the latest beta, which is the one I was playing in that video. I said, interesting, thanks for replying. Now, basically, this was a very interesting discovery for me, because in case you haven't noticed there, well, as far as I'm aware anyway, there aren't that many people that actually play in the betas on, an actual phone. Most content creators will generally be playing on a, computer, PC or whatever, and I much prefer to. I hate using controller and I hate using this Android emulator, but the reason I do is so that I don't break the main version of my game, because the beta on Windows 10 is incredibly unreliable. So anyway, the point I'm telling you all of this is because I'm using my Android emulator. Now, my Android emulator, as you can see in the top here, is running Android 7.1.2, which is why I can't use full mouse and keyboard support on it. And then it's also running it's The game thinks I'm using a Samsung Galaxy S20. However, technically it isn't, because it also thinks I have a 1440p screen with 4 cores, or 4 CPU cores, and 4 gigabytes of RAM. So basically the max specs that I'm allowed to put on this thing. For some reason, because there's a limit. So yeah, the max limit. And yeah, although that doesn't quite make sense. But anyway, the game thinks that's what I'm using. And this is an Android emulator that is running Android 7.1.2. So basically what this means is it may be a specific problem to do with the Android version I'm emulating. Now, the person that, commented did say that it might be an emulator specific problem. I think this is very unlikely due to the fact that this is just an Android emulator that is emulating Android. Now, in theory, there should be nothing wrong with this. The game thinks this is a completely normal Android. It thinks it's a Samsung Galaxy S20, and, you can verify all that just by looking at the top of the screen here. What I think this is likely an issue with is Android 7.1.10. .2 even, not .10. So what am I going to do about it? Well, I'm going to ask for your guys' help. So if anybody knows an Android emulator that supports a higher version than Android 7, which is what I'm obviously running right now, then please do comment it down below. As well as this, it will also mean on Android 8 and above, I can use mouse and keyboard, which means I won't have to use this really annoying controller anymore. So if you do happen to know an Android emulator that has a higher version than 7.1.2, I'm currently using BlueStacks and it only supports Android 7. So yeah, if you do know of one that supports a higher Android version, then please do let me know. And we can also see if we fix this texture bug. So before we actually get into the main features of today's beta, I just really quickly want to mention that somebody known as CarGem are developing a Minecraft Bedrock Edition version launcher / switcher. This allows you to access all of the old Bedrock versions and Bedrock betas, specifically the Bedrock betas, which are very exciting. And currently I only know of 2 YouTubers that have gained access to this. This is not publicly released yet, but Forge Logical and Silent Whisperer have both made videos showcasing it because they have been given early access to, showcase it. And it's going to be coming out to public release very soon by the sounds of things. So yeah, definitely go ahead and follow CarGem's Twitter to, see all of the updates, and then you won't miss when it, gets released. So excited about it. And yeah, hopefully it will come out very soon. But anyway, let's get in to all the latest Minecraft Bedrock Edition beta stuff and things, because that's probably why you're watching this video. So the first change is actually to do with the UI, so we're just going to need to leave the game real quickly. And it is if you try to load up a world which has experimental features, it will give you a warning. Well, as well as that, it also tells you that a world has experimental features. So you can see right here, it says experimental, or it'll say the game mode, so in this case creative, and then experimental. So for example, if we try to load into my beta testing world, okay, it's not going to give me the warning. I think it's because I've already loaded into this world once. Let me try loading into another world that already has experimental features that I haven't loaded in this beta. Okay, so I'm going to try loading into this world that I haven't loaded into the beta, and it should give me a warning, yeah, that it's experimental. So it'll basically just warn you that this world uses features that are still under development. It might crash, break, or stop working at any time. If you don't know what experimental features are, then you can enable them in your world. Here they are. Here are all the ones available in the beta. There's also a couple available in the full release, but not as many as this. And basically, they are features that are finished, but might not be, or somewhat finished, basically finished at this point, but might not be added into the actual, version of the game, if that makes sense. And they also may get tweaked in the future, which may mean that your game breaks. But yeah, overall, that is just a nice little thing that they added just to warn people about experimental features, especially if you're someone that is, perhaps doesn't know what they are, and turning them on without quite knowing what it does. It's nice that it gives you that little warning. Also, little tip, if you press enable open chat message and tick that off, then it will actually get rid of that really annoying press T return or that button to open chat message every time you know, join a new dimension, which is kind of useful. So the first feature that I was going to cover was aquifers, and then they now basically are these little things that are filled with lava and they're placed underground during world generation. It has not specified where in the world they generate other than underground, so not well level or anything like that. And I haven't been able to find any due to a severe lack of spectator mode being a thing that you can do easily over on Bedrock Edition. So yeah, there is basically, yeah, I'll just put a photo on screen now of one, because like I can't find one to show you in person, but they look somewhat similar to what we have already, sort of, just a bit bigger in the latest release anyway, so not a massive deal, but still very, very cool, and also adds a little bit of variation and, more importantly, light to the caves. As well as that, they have also made the Amethyst Geodes slightly rarer, which is probably a good thing, because before, on Java Edition especially, they were not that rare. A change to do with powdered snow is that if the third-person camera is now looking outside of powdered snow, it will not have the sort of like fog effect. So as you can see now, we have the fog effect, and if we just, well, this is actually a little bit hard, isn't it? In here, let me just get to the edge of the, oh jeez. Okay, so here we are. Here we are at the edge of the powdered snow. This is all definitely powdered snow. If we walk inside it, you can see here it's really foggy on the inside. And if we press, you know, our third-person camera, you can see that we now don't have fog. But then we do have fog when we're inside. Fog, no fog. Fog, no fog. So yeah, that's a really nice little, technically bug fix, but also kind of just a change in general as well. So a change to do with skeletons is that they now play the correct sound when transforming into strays. Now, whilst, and I didn't think about the fact that he's going to burn, did I? I guess we'll just spawn him, like, right in the powdered snow. And then just make sure that he doesn't get out. No, getting out is illegal, my friend. Well, you're not my friend, but still. There we go. He's in powdered snow, and he should turn into a stray. And there should be a new, up-to-date, better sound now. That's, well, the correct sound, apparently. So we'll just wait for this guy to turn, and we'll obviously turn up our volume as well. So there we go. That was actually a really cool sound. I do really like that sound. And whilst we're on the topic of strays turning into skeletons, or I guess skeletons turning into strays, as it is. How did I get those mixed up? Anyway, on the topic of skeletons turning into strays, this is actually a really awesome feature for something that I totally didn't mention. However, it means that we will be able to have beacon factories that are really easy to build now. So simply get an overworld dungeon skeleton spawner thing, you know, that just generate underground in dungeons, put a ton of powdered stone there to make them turn into, you know, these stray guys, and then blow them up with a charged creeper, and they will actually drop with a skeleton skulls. Because if you don't know, there's a bug where if you blow up a stray with a charged creeper, it drops a wither skeleton skull, which is then means for a super easy mini beacon factory. Expect a tutorial on this soon when the full version is released. Players can now pick block the small drip leaf. So if we place down a small drip leaf, how do we place this down? On must block? Yeah, I guess so. And then I pick block it, it will actually give me a small drip leaf. And apparently that was not a thing which worked before. And just to double check, does it work with the big drip leaf? Why have I got so many of these? So pick block, and yeah, so it does work with both the big and small drip leaf, which is brilliant. So that's it for all of the features, or the majority of the features and bug fixes in the latest Minecraft Bedrock Edition beta. Link down below will be the full changelog if you want to, you know, see anything, because I don't cover everything, because not everything is interesting, and, you know, some things I can't repeat or whatever. But yeah, if you did enjoy, feel free to like, subscribe, and join the Alien Empire for more Minecraft Bedrock Edition technical content. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video soon. It's probably going to be an AlienCraft episode because we haven't had one of those for what feels like a while. I've been working on a big project. But anyway, I'll see you in the next video very soon. Bye.